Yeah, no. Drinking coffee, milk, good before you start talking. Not at all. That's what I hear a lot of musicians, singers, they say, before they start recording or performing live, just to swig a big gallon of milk. I was saying carton. But anyway, hello, Merry Christmas, and Happy Holidays on the usual Plumbing the Death Star podcast feed is a little surprise gift from us to you. It's an audio adventure of Agents of Joel. So Marvel went out and recently did a TTRPG, a tabletop role-playing game system thing, and we thought, hey, let's give it a whirl. And I'm pretty sure we've done that exactly how they intended. So that's currently on the audio feed or the podcast feed of Plumbing the Death Star. You can find that on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. And when I figure out how to use, I guess, Premiere Pro and some of the presets and templates, maybe I'll put it up here on YouTube, but incompetent. So I'll figure that one out later. In the meantime, here's an episode of Plumbing the Death Star Plus, something that's usually reserved for the incredible supporters and subscribers of our terrible and bad content. We couldn't do half the stuff that we do without you. So thank you. Yeah, it really means a lot. It's been an interesting few years, to say the least. And without the kindness and support of you all, be it on the Discords, the Facebook group, emails, hell, even some actual physical email, even some actual physical letters that some people have sent in, or just downloading and listening to our nonsense. These last few years would have been even harder without that. And look, they've been pretty hard. So thank you. It's hard being earnest. Little joke, man. Tell your silly little jokes on the internet. Go on, experience the soul-crushing reality of life, but make it entertaining. That's what we're here for. So, yeah, thank you very much to everyone that's been listening to our bullshit for the last 10 odd years, that's been following our rise and fall, mostly our fall. You can't really fall if you never rise, I guess. So thank you for experiencing this free fall with us. It's been lovely to have you on this journey. So without further ado, here's this good content.
You're listening to the Sans Pants Network.
Hey everyone, and thank you so much for subscribing to Plumbing the Death Star for another month, because as a reward
or punishment,
you get another episode of this. Plumbing the Death Star
cannot
Plus.
stop it. No matter what you do to stem the tide, it's not working. Stopped.
You give us money, you get this, and we will not stop doing that to you while you give us money. Anyway, this is the monthly pop culture comedy podcast where we ask the most important questions.
You're nailing it, dude.
Like,
what are the questions?
Well, I'm Joel, first of all.
I'm Jackson.
Well, I'm
Second of
also
all.
Joel, but often you guys don't like to say the name, so I was going to gloss over it, but we're back to this now?
Well, it feels fucked up to say our names to people that pay money to us, because if
That's
they
fair.
don't know our names...
They just
Maybe
like,
they
they
forgot.
like our vibe.
People get me and
They
Zamek
People
confused
were like,
all
we
the
just thought it
time.
was two guys.
That's true.
You are both named Joel, which is confusing, so I get
I've been giving Chance Pants Radio $25 a month for the last 10 years, and I've just realized there's three guys.
I thought it was one guy
Thought it was
losing
like,
his
yeah,
mind.
I thought it was like the 12th man or whatever.
Yeah.
Doing all different voices.
Good reference
Thank
to
you.
a cricket joke.
okay.
Not podcast.
Comedy album.
Comedy album.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What's the question for today? Do you know?
Well, yeah, I do actually fucking know, because 'tis the fucking season.
That is true. Jolly days.
Jolly days indeed.
Tis the jolly season
Yeah.
these days. And to celebrate, we're asking the most important question. This holiday break cannot come fast enough, because today's question is, Which fucking fictional tree would be the worst goddamn Christmas tree replacement, I guess?
Which fictional tree would make the worst Christmas tree?
Yeah.
Which fictional tree would make the worst tree?
Okay,
Damn, it's hard. I get it. I
which
get it.
fictional tree would make the worst Christmas tree?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So, Christmas trees, they bring joy,
Yep.
they celebrate Christmas.
They sure do.
Exactly.
They're an
You
You
icon
put
of...
presents under them?
Yeah,
presents
put
on-
an angel or a star on top, depending if you've got God in your life or are godless.
But a star represents God.
Well, oh yeah.
Because the star is
that-
what... You
is
know
that-
why
yes,
we
no,
put
I
a
know,
star,
I
yeah?
know, because that's where baby Jesus was under that.
Yeah, everyone looked
There's
up
so
to
many
this...
stars.
Was that
There
star?
was a big star.
It was kind of. But was that star God or just like a star?
No, it was a star from God to be like...
Yeah. Like
a
According to
beacon?
the Bible,
Like a
it
big
was
arrow?
just like... Yeah, it
Yeah.
was like, hey... You three, hey,
Wise men.
if you're so fucking smart,
Follow
meet
the
me under the star. Bring
But-
presents.
It would
The
be
star is so...
Imagine trying to follow a star.
I don't know how to follow.
How do you
a star.
get under
can
a
barely
star?
follow directions.
When do I know if I'm under a star?
Well, yeah, especially because Earth is traditionally round.
Yeah.
So therefore, stars, you never really get underneath them.
Oh, you're always underneath them.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you never get directly underneath.
You can never look up and be like, that star's above me. Or can you?
Or can you?
Or is it directly like if you're directly north? Wait, no, not north.
What are you saying?
Well, up.
You're falling for the everything in space must be directly up thing. I love this discussion, and I keep having it every...
I'm here
Okay.
on a
You
flat
know-
surface.
I know what you're
'cause the
about to
Earth is
say.
flat.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's a dome.
Yeah.
Everything is moving
Sure.
constantly, right? And so at one point, with the Earth doing one
Yeah.
thing, if I did directly up above my head, at some point there might be a star that's like perfectly is like
Earth is a globe, so that still applies to no matter where you're standing.
You're kind of always under a star.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I suppose, in
And
a
yeah,
way. Because
you're-
of how... Because...
Stars are
Also,
big
which-
and far away.
Well, no, because, like...
Why? Why has this happened to me?
Because, like...
This holiday, everyone wants me to fucking have a horrible time.
Okay, I'm gonna pick the Tree of Souls from Avatar.
Why would that be bad?
Because you can go, it's the repository of all the knowledge of your people.
Yeah, but
I can
that's...
hunk in and be like,
I'd be
Merry
scary.
Christmas.
It's just like a lot
I can
of...
see my dead boy.
I think that would actually make a sick Christmas
That'd
tree.
be so lovely.
a
You get
lot
to
of-
spend your time with
This
my
Tree
boy.
of
He
Souls-
died.
That's actually probably the most fucked up answer you could have given.
That's like
because
that's the best tree.
the Tree of Souls is like... If you look at like what Christmas is meant to represent,
Yeah.
plugging into your tree and seeing your ancestors'
Yeah.
memories and celebrating all of your family,
ancestors,
past,
your
present,
family.
yeah.
And like
Are you
again,
fucked? Why is it bad?
with like when
seems
Jake
like a lot of
Sully,
responsibility.
when they get,
How is it a responsibility?
what are you talking about?
I'm like, I don't want to kneel down there and accidentally hunk in or whatever. I
well,
don't
you
know.
accidentally, you're doing it deliberately to
Have
see.
you ever,
Can you accidentally hunk in? I feel like you could if your hair just...
have you ever knelt down next to like a fucking hole in the ground and found yourself fucking it?
No.
You've never fallen in? It's the same shit.
Yeah, but my hair's kind of dangling. I don't
You
know.
wake up in the
You gotta
morning.
peel it back like a hair foreskin.
You wake up in the morning with a boner.
Yeah.
You're like, I also need to piss. So as you're walking to the bathroom, you never accidentally fucked a hole in your wall.
But if there was a hole on the floor and the ground was slippery, I could theoretically
Break your
slide, land, smush my nuts up against the floorboards and into my legs.
Yeah.
And then fuck my own house.
I guess you could, but like the chances of that
Honey, I
happening.
need to talk to you. I've done something really bad. And if you're so angry at me, I understand.
Well-
I know that I never meant to do this,
Yeah.
but I've
I've never
accidentally cheated on you.
I've
Did you
fucked the
fuck the
house.
house or did you just accidentally soak with the house?
It's also funny. Well, depends if you come or not. It's funny to say nothing, but for the whole time you're like, is the house pregnant?
I was inside.
Just waiting to see.
I think we're gonna have a shed.
Seeing the shed pop up. How'd that happen? I built it. I built us a
I
shed.
built a shed. I think this is weird to say, but the shed has your eyes.
Well, that's weird. I don't know. I think it looks more like the neighbor's eyes. I think the neighbor fucked our house.
So I'm just.
I think the metaphor might have gotten away from us. If I'm honest with you guys.
I don't know.
So, okay,
What I
we've,
was
we've
well,
yelled
okay.
at you about this,
Yeah.
but why is it bad?
What I was concerned about
Yes.
is that I thought that there was a possibility. Like I was imagining I'm kneeling down under the Christmas tree.
You've wrapped your present
I've
up.
wrapped my present up. I'm placing it down, or I'm picking
Yeah.
up a present meant for me, and I'm shaking the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And then my hair boop, boop, boop,
Yeah.
hooks in.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I'm flooded with thousands of generational memories.
Yeah.
That's just kind of not what I want for Christmas.
That's not like, but that wouldn't be the first time you did that
And
because you've
also-
done it before. So you can then be like, "Oh, sorry, gang, I slipped."
Well, yeah.
You can pull out.
I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about me.
Okay.
I don't want that.
So
You
this is
accidentally you pull in.
yeah.
You're like, "Oh, so sorry." You pull out.
Yeah. But I've retained
What?
the memories of it,
yeah,
right?
but you've done it
already
before.
Done that before. It's part of.
When did I do this?
So this is you're a nut. This is what you want to do. If you have the hair dick, you're
yeah,
a Navi.
Yeah, if you got the head dick, you're an Navi. And if you're regular Jackson, don't finger the tree, I guess.
Just don't put your dick in the tree. And if you're regular Jackson without the hair dick, you're just fucking the tree.
Which is the same occupational hazard of like,
Any
I
tree.
hate this Christmas tree because it's got like one of those like, what are they called, like ring holes or whatever.
Yeah. I hope I don't fuck the tree
Yeah,
accidentally.
that'll bring back too many memories.
What if I?
My grandma will look down at me and be like,
I wish I raised a grandson that didn't fuck the Christmas tree.
What if I die on the Christmas tree?
"Uh huh." Are you or are you a Navi?
In this
What do you
situation,
mean?
I'm me.
die
Okay.
on the Christmas tree?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Say I'm getting a knife for Christmas.
Yeah.
And like I've just come out of the shower, so I'm slippery.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I slip and I land heart first
Yep.
on the present.
Yeah.
Yep.
Knife was pointing off.
Yeah. Wrapped poorly.
And loose.
Yeah. Yes.
So it wasn't wrapped.
No, it was wrapped.
I just had to point out. Okay, either way, you just stabbed yourself with the heart.
And you die.
I die on the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Then the,
Yeah.
Yes.
And
then the Christmas
Yes, and?
tree sucks my soul into it.
Does it? Or are you just feeding it nutrients? Because if, say, a bird, of a Pandorian bird,
Yeah.
When you
flew
get-
into it, the tree, like, just didn't look where it was going. As like a bird, like, into a plane of glass, was
Yeah.
like, what's going on? Whoop, poof, bang, slips down, dies. Does the bird become part of that, or does it be like, oh, sweet, blood and bone
Well,
for the
I guess actually
fertilizer?
in Avatar 1, when they're doing the transfer,
Yes.
they do a big ritual
So
as
when
well.
I was gonna say, when you fall in and get stabbed, are we doing the ritual at the same time, accidentally?
And also, how is that any different from when you die in this reality?
Well, if I
and
die in
we
this reality,
fucking
it's-
put
I
you
get to
6
go.
feet under the ground,
Yeah.
and then you get eaten by worms.
Well, that's awesome because I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you're worried that you're going to die under the Christmas tree and your conscience will be transferred into another body and you have to live again?
Or that I go to a heaven or something.
So you're worried.
I don't think if you're a
You're
Navi,
dying and you're worried about. You're like, I really hope there's not a heaven. So your problem with the tree is like eternal salvation or whatever.
It's not for me. Fellas, it's not for me.
When I die, I'm
God,
done.
yeah.
Calling it there.
If God or the devil comes to me, I'm saying no. Let me not
When
exist.
I see the pearly gates ahead of me, I'm saying, fuck.
I'm turning
Oh,
right back
shit.
around.
If you see the big tree and all my ancestors, I'm like, no,
I don't want to be
Oh,
here.
I don't want to see great granddaddy. Oh shit, that my cousin? No.
Oh, living in my memories forever.
You being like them? I'm gonna infect the tree.
What happens when you die
Yeah.
I don't know.
in regular life?
Yeah.
You see,
That's a really good question for plumbing the Death Star.
guess-
What happens when you die in real life?
I guess we're doing like a philosophy
Um,
cast. Shit, dude. Well, depends, I guess. What you personally believe in. I mean, because right now it's all about belief.
yeah, but say I see the gates
yeah.
and I just
So
say no.
I guess in judo,
Christian
afterlife.
Afterlife, I see the gates of heaven,
Yeah.
pearly gates.
Yeah.
Saint-
St. Peter's.
St. Peter's there. St.
You're on
Peter's
the
there.
list somehow.
Yeah, somehow I
Wow.
got in. They
can
stopped
go.
counting
Letting
for some
anyone-
reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, hey,
A priest as a joke walked past and forgave you of all of your sins.
You going in, buddy? No.
oh, dude, come on.
Okay,
And
yeah.
I get up there and he says, welcome to heaven, Jackson.
Yeah.
Take a step. And I say, no, thank you.
Okay.
What happens?
Yes. Well, I
Do
mean,
I go back to my body in the earth?
No, because you're dead. But this, I mean, look, hey,
I think
this
this
has
is
precedent.
Does it?
Yeah,
Whoa.
something called a morning star. There's certain Lucifer.
Oh yeah.
hey,
fallen
hey,
angel.
I don't want to be here.
No, but he's banished.
Yeah.
I'm just going.
Was he banished, or was he like, I don't like how you're
No,
doing
God
the things?
was sick of his shit, dude. Send him to hell.
Which
Well,
is
that-
new now.
Yeah. Well, then maybe I go to hell, but I don't want to go there either.
I guess then there's a little something called purgatory.
That sucks too.
Yeah, dude.
Don't die.
I guess you
Well,
could. Like,
that's why when I die,
guess you could just hang out.
call it.
You could hang outside the gates like you're waiting to get into a club.
Meet some new people.
yeah,
Chat to people in the
not
line.
worth it, dude. Don't bother.
Yeah.
I'm on the list. They'll let anyone in.
Don't
here.
let fucking anyone in. Don't go.
I don't want to be in any club that will let me be a member.
You know that
guess-
quote? Oh, goodbye. He's gone in.
Who
I
is that quote
guess
from?
You could then
Someone.
form like
New place.
a new place in the line. So you're kind of making like a new like
A
congregation,
new plane.
a new plane, a new place, which is like pre-heaven.
What if heaven did? What? But
What
what's
if
the- what's the
heaven had a
difference?
waiting line, but that waiting line had a party?
Yeah, well, like,
But then, like, what is the difference?
well, I don't want any of it.
Then why would
So
you
just
start?
close your eyes.
Okay, I'll just sit on a little stool.
I just start humming.
near the line of devil with my eyes shut.
No,
Just being like, if
What's
I-
his deal? I don't know. He's
don't know.
insane.
he wanted to stay dead
yeah.
with no.
He
I
didn't
mean,
want an afterlife.
Well, if heaven, it depends.
Yeah.
Is it going to be like what is depicted sometimes in say cartoons?
yeah.
Well,
Which is just
what
like
if they're
the
smoking
clouds?
hot angels with huge cans and fat asses, dude?
That is awesome. That might entice me.
What
but
if they're-
ideally, I
what
think.
if they're like the biblical angels, where they're like 8-dimensional?
What's
like
the TNA
spheres?
situation?
I mean, it's 8 dimensions. There's spheres within spheres. Some of them
Are there
are burning.
asses within asses?
There's
Yeah,
asses
dude.
within asses.
Oh, well,
my
then I'm
dude.
going
You're
in.
opening ass cheeks, looking for the asshole, and
But then
finding
if, like-
a second
but then-
set of ass cheeks.
Just like a kind of fractal asses.
Like the seed. It's like the seed from fucking Doctor Strange, but it's just asses. It's all.
cheeks
just
flying
Um,
past me.
Well, I,
Nipples floating around.
Ooh, I guess
Well, that
again,
sounds
is
awesome,
if
yeah.
it's your own personal heaven,
Yeah.
then yeah, it's like come in, Jackson. The gates open, but it's nothing but fractal holes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that would be cool. But I
heaven.
think ideally,
The idea of like your sweet reward.
yeah, I think ideally I'd go for reincarnation, come back as a worm or whatever.
But then I guess you got to. So coming back, okay. So reincarnation. So you've gone back several steps.
yeah.
Ideally, it's like well, you.
I
you
didn't
know,
live this life
so
any
then,
good. So.
Yeah. So then like you step a step back, but a
Yeah.
worm I think is many steps.
Yeah,
back.
like this sort of karmic wheel of
Yeah.
samsara.
It's-
I've gone
okay.
back to worm.
It's awesome that
Okay.
in like a reincarnation, like a worm becomes a guy eventually.
Eventually.
Well, I guess the best worm to ever die probably became a guy straight away.
Yeah. That's
Well, then,
you got to be a pretty good worm.
Yeah.
I don't. Seeing as I just
The
don't.
best.
True.
Well, I think a worm would have a ceiling when it comes to
as good as a worm can
like
get.
as good as a worm is, they could never become like they could never reach nirvana.
Well, a worm-
they could become a bird.
Yes.
Like the best worm
That's
is the worst bird.
is the worst bird.
That feels fucked up to reward a worm by becoming a bird because then they get to eat worms.
yeah. Well, that's
well, that's
samsara, baby. That's
yeah.
life and death.
Like we get if we're a good cow.
Yeah.
We
And then
become a
next
good
time
guy.
we become a good guy.
Well, we can become a guy and then we choose if we're good or bad.
and
But a
then
worm-
What does the best guy become? Oh, they just
He-
cheat.
They
sheet.
go up to they become they become.
Which is your problem again. 'Cause
Well, that's why I gotta stay a worm. I gotta die as a worm and reincarnate right back to wormdom, dude.
You're going to be the
I'm a
most.
cycle of worms. That's worm Sara.
I
dude.
guess
Jackson's
the worst
trying to live.
worm. I guess we'll just remain a worm.
Yeah. Get to the lowest you could go
Nah,
and
worst
stay
ant.
there.
You can go lower than a
Worm?
ant. I reckon ant worse than worm.
Ant has to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
An
point.
ant's a working worm.
These are working.
Do they?
A worm gets to sit on its laurels. It gets to
Yeah.
burrow and eat
Eat
dirt and
dirt.
shit dirt.
Yeah.
An ant,
good.
they're like, brother, clock in, clock out.
Clock
Yeah.
in, clock out.
Clock in,
Yeah.
fuck the queen, collect the berry, clock out, clock in, fuck the
Yeah,
queen,
a
collect
worm.
the
You know
berry.
whose dime you're on as a worm? Your own.
Hey, exactly.
Yeah.
You wake up as a worm, you say, I just want to stay in the dirt.
I think if you get reincarnated, you're going to come back as Fritz the cat.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
great. That's a sweet reward.
That's
for
what
him.
I get for being the best person. So
You become Fritz.
I become Fritz the,
best
cat.
cat is the best person
Becomes Fritz the cat.
Wait, who could potentially be the worst guy?
Yeah. Then I gotta work my way up to the best cat, whoever that is.
Top cat?
Top cat. He is pretty good. Yeah.
His friend Benny?
Yeah. Well.
That cop that hates him? It's all happening.
Yeah. So okay. Well, that was my choice.
Okay, yeah, not great. See, I'm gonna go with the hanging tree from the Hunger Games.
What is the hanging
So
tree?
the hanging tree is a tree where
They hanged people
they
from?
they hung someone as a punishment.
Okay.
Who'd they hanged?
Great question. It's part of the song.
Yeah.
So it's a rebel song.
Okay.
And it was it's not about a
Rebels in
desperate
Star
lover, but a
Wars
revolutionary. And they were like, "Hey, neighbors, follow." So basically, it's better to die hanging
From a
from a
tree.
tree free than being a slave to that
Well,
capital, as it
is
were.
there somebody hanging from the tree currently in your mind?
It's
if there's no one hanging from the
well,
tree-
it's more of a metaphor, and depends who.
So
who
no one
got
actually got hung from
No,
the
someone
tree.
did get hung from the tree.
It's a real tree in
yeah,
fiction.
Yeah.
I understand that.
About a man who was hung. In the song, he calls out for his lover, apparently, but in the end, it becomes clear that he's asking for her to die
this-
along with him, hanging from a tree. So it's kind of like hey, I'm going to die, I'm being punished, going to be hung, it sucks. But they come hang with me, and we get hung together.
But in
Now.
my living room,
Okay.
when I have the tree in there,
Is
Yeah.
that guy still calling out for his wife hanging from the tree?
Well, you know someone got hung from it, and it's a symbol. It's a metaphor.
so I'm not
it
hanging
depends-
shit from it.
So it depends who you
Well, the
are.
humble
'Cause if
Christmas
you
tree
are-
is also a metaphor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For
Because if you're-
Christmas.
If you're the capital,
I don't know if that's how metaphors work. I don't know if a thing...
can be a thing.
Well, I don't know if a
thing-
hat, like a Christmas hat isn't a metaphor for Christmas.
Well, it could
could
be,
be.
given the right circumstances. Well,
I think it's just part of it.
no.
It's a symbol.
Well, it would depend on
It's a symbol.
in the broader narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the narrative wasn't about Christmas,
So?
but it could be.
Anything can be.
Yeah.
So basically, it's not a good Christmas tree because if you're the capital, you're like, this is going to be good because it's going to be like, oh, we hung you people for trying to be rebels, and this is going to be like, it's going to bring sad misery and like all this kind of stuff, and you're like, okay, cool, not a good Christmas tree because Christmas is meant to be joy.
Yeah.
But the hanging tree can then now, because it's like, it's about rebelliousness and like it's better to, die free
than
live
enslaved.
chains,
Yeah.
basically.
It's better to die on your feet than live on your knees.
Yeah. And so then it's like, oh no, this thing that we wanted to oppress the people has now become a symbol.
Yeah.
This is bad for us.
Oh, so we're the capital.
Well, yeah, we're the capital.
Awesome.
We're
And
the
it's bad-
capital.
well, it's bad for the capital as a Christmas tree because you're like, if you want to oppress them, you're giving them a symbol.
And they've
Not
turned it
good.
into a symbol.
But
Yeah.
if you're not the capital and you're like, hey, this is a symbol, this is about like freedom, but a guy did die on this and that's spooky.
Yeah. Oh, yes, that is spooky. That's very spooky. And it would
Well,
be-
yeah,
But
that
then
actually-
Christians have crucifixes.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah.
that just actually
I'm the
reminds
capital,
me of a thing that
Go to
we...
the capital, go to the capital. I'm the capital. It's not bad either way. It's good for the non-capital. I'm the capital.
But it's bad for the capital even before it's a Christmas tree, right? Because the tree represents freedom to the
the
other districts.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a bad Christmas tree.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
Because initially you're
it's
like,
a bad tree. Full
it's a bad tree for the capital because you're like, hey, as a capital, this is going to bring like bad juju for all the districts. But
yeah.
for us, it's going to be like, hey,
We got you.
hung that motherfucker.
Yeah,
it's going to bring joy to us because we won that war. But then it gets bastardized and turned into a symbol of hope. Not good for us. Great for them.
Plus, is it?
What you're describing is literally Jesus on the cross.
Yeah, I've realized that
As in,
about 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, like, as
and I'm
in-
just kind of circling that drain.
Like as in, hey, fuck this guy, we're going to nail him to this fucking cross.
Yeah,
and everyone's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's
And
it.
so for
We love the cross
So
now.
for the Romans,
Yeah.
I guess the crucifix became a pretty bad way of the.
Well, that's what the
execution.
Colosseum was about.
It's so fucking...
Fair enough.
So in a way, it wasn't a great method to kill people because it just became a symbol.
Tell you what, they're pretty lucky that they killed Jesus in a symbolic way.
Yeah.
You know, if they're just like, I don't know, hit him with a rock.
It would be
Firm to
pretty
a lion.
yeah.
Just the idea of like in every church there's just a guy with a rock hitting him in the head.
The back, every single, instead of like Christ on the cross, that's just Jesus doing this. Oh, with a rock.
Just like a guy getting ate by a lion.
Yeah. Instead of doing like a.
Oh yeah, no, because the guy getting hit by the lion, it would just be a painting similar to that guy eating his son or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Who is that guy?
Fuck. Dingus devours his son.
Yeah, Dingus devours his son.
Titan. What is
Titan? Venus? No, Venus the girl.
It's motherfucker.
Whoever
What's
the
his name?
god of the
Some
progenitor.
fucking guy eating his boy.
Yeah. I want to say Jupiter. No.
I'll find. I'll get out my little machine
Get
to
out
find
your
out
little
who's eating their
machine.
son, dude.
It's gonna kill us all.
Yeah, it really is. Is the tree
Yeah.
real?
Yeah.
Like, was there? Because I know it's a song that Katniss sings.
Yeah, it's a song. And to make matters even muddier, Jackson,
Yeah.
I know, even though I have not seen the movie, that in Hunger Games: A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes,
Yeah.
a movie that Joel Zammett has seen, this song gets written in the movie.
Yeah, she definitely sings the song. I don't get written.
Yeah.
Does it get written? It's a bad film.
Too long.
Yeah.
It's Saturn. Saturn devouring his son.
It was a planet.
I remembered that without even looking it up. Let's look it up still in
Yeah.
case I'm wrong.
Saturn doesn't quite sound right.
Saturn devours his son. He eats his son right up. I'm.
Just search devours his son
Yeah.
painting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if it's a metaphor, if it's just something in a song, it is Saturn.
Hey.
Saturn devours his son. If it is just a metaphor, how am I putting a star on that?
Well, because again,
You
I
hang
guess
the star.
On what?
The noose.
the tree.
No, but if it's a metaphor, if it's not really a tree,
Well, like how I guess is a Christmas tree.
just an empty space.
Well, a Christmas tree is that a metaphor?
no, it's a real tree. You can buy it from a farm,
No,
from
no,
Coles.
But yeah, we could get replica hanging trees.
Okay, fair enough.
So
Okay.
then, yeah, every
To
hanging
answer your
tree
question,
comes with a noose.
Yeah.
In the Hunger Games universe, there was a tree that was the hanging tree.
Okay, at one point, one was.
Yeah, it's
yes.
not just from the song in the
Okay,
Hunger
all right,
Games.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know if that guy really got hunged from the tree. Yeah, hunged.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he got hung from
Yeah.
the tree.
Hung like a horse.
Yeah. Hunged like a horse, dude.
From the tree and yelled out for his wife to come
Yeah.
get hunged too.
Yeah.
But the tree is real.
It would be. Yeah, it would be. Do they have Christmas in the capital? I hope it's stuck around.
I don't know.
It
I
seems
guess
like they
try
love
and-
it, to be
they
honest.
want to try and squish a lot of like hope and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So Christmas,
guess-
but not in the actual capital though, just in the district.
Yeah, in the
yeah,
capital,
yeah.
you should be
Probably
living it up.
celebrate, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it would be in a way we're celebrating like a crucifixion.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, we're celebrating the death of the people whom we hate.
Yeah.
And this rules for us. But then over time, oh no, it becomes a symbol of something. And now we either have to convert to the districts or rise up against them again.
Yeah.
I think.
It would be really,
I've also
dude.
gotten
If you
lost
were,
in this
yeah,
metaphor.
we've gotten lost. If you were the Romans, you would be so pissed off.
Yeah.
We
I'd
killed
be
this guy,
so
now you
fucking
love it?
annoyed.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We killed him on. Why are you wearing it?
Yeah.
And also,
yeah.
like,
which
Why are you
emperor was
wearing
it?
it?
well, if they've got like a crucifix around their
All
neck
right,
or
yeah,
something,
yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
In my head, I was like, crucifix T-shirt? Haven't seen one of those.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
an awesome cut of a t-shirt, though. Let's imagine that. So, like, sleeves,
Yeah.
Which are arms.
which are arms, and then it just goes down the middle.
Yeah.
Nothing. This is all bare.
The idea of just like a
Like a t-shirt that only goes in the middle.
what? Hang on, huh?
Oh, it's like a T.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on.
What the fuck are you saying?
We cut out the T or the T?
No, the
is
T
what
is the only bit of
remains?
t-shirt there is.
So it would be like, no, you'd have to have the collar,
Yeah, you got the collar.
and then
goes
it'd be
down,
the fabric
fabric,
of
and
the-
then
of the
fabric
T.
goes along the sides.
of the sides, but
And
just
then-
hang loose. Well, okay, I
No,
guess
then you got like a
No,
fabric
okay,
around your waist.
Yeah, no, okay, so you have the collar, fabric goes down like your throat,
Yeah.
and then also down your back.
Yes,
it's a-
yeah.
and then like a tube
Goes around the middle.
The T goes around your nips, so covering your nips.
You're
Yeah.
gonna be fucking dressed like
And then it goes
Fifth
all the way down.
Element.
Yeah, so it's the Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Lilu.
Yeah. Multipass, yeah. I think that'd be awesome. And I think it should become part of, it's how priests should dress.
Yeah,
That's my belief.
Okay.
that's a good belief to have.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You've picked what is probably a metaphor for Jesus on the cross as a bad representation of Christmas.
Yes,
For the capital.
for the capital.
And just like the crucifix was a bad symbol for the Romans.
Yeah.
So it kind of works.
Yeah. And would you say that it's still a bad symbol for the Romans?
Well, there are
Well, not the Roman Catholics.
Well, yeah, and I guess not citizens of Rome.
Yeah,
They're probably
something
yeah.
happened to Rome. We don't know what happened.
Yeah, where'd
But
it
like,
go? Yeah.
because who was the guy that converted the Romans to Catholics?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Some
I don't
Or
know.
fucking
Christians,
guy.
whatever the two.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Nero burnt Rome down, though. I know that.
Yeah,
Nero.
yeah.
And they named a DVD burning
Augustus.
software after him. That's his
pretty
legacy.
funny.
That's pretty funny. And he was named the guy in one of them Star Treks. Didn't Eric Bana play him? Nero?
Oh yeah, he did in the first Star Trek movie. Well, the
reboot
first
of the new-
reboot Star Trek
Yeah,
movie, not
yeah,
Star Trek
okay.
the motion picture Star Trek.
Yeah.
Eric Bana was too young.
Yeah.
It really makes you think.
I was reading a thing about, you know, Caligula?
Yeah.
Famous fuck machine
Yes.
of ancient history.
Okay, I feel like people are like, oh, he's famous for being a fuck machine. I think he's personally more famous for making a horse a journal.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He had built in his time 3 great pleasure barges, which were like orgy ships. And he had them just on a lake. They were just like on a lake. But they sunk over time. Obviously, we lost them.
Yeah.
They became great archaeological finds later
Yeah.
on when they drained the, I think Mussolini drained the lake to find them. Anyway, in like
I guess
2012,
every person has to do at least one good thing.
despite what you think of them, if they find a pleasure barge, that's, you know, it's like a mark for them. But then they were like, we're missing, it all disappeared after Mussolini's sort of like regime
Well, then
fell down.
after the one good thing, he then resumed his bad thing.
Yeah.
Which included losing the pleasure barges
But
again.
then they found in like 2012, somebody had it was like a big ceramic, like fucking chest or something from the pleasure barge that a guy in New York had been using as a coffee table for like 20 years. And like it was covered in shit, coffee stains and stuff. And it was just from one of fucking Caligula's pleasure barges.
Huh.
Anyway, I
Alright.
think
That's awesome.
That story
Isn't the
rocks.
whole like thing with Caligula being like a big fuck machine.
Yeah.
But maybe
possibly
a little bit
propaganda.
bullshit because
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like propaganda from whoever came after
Yeah.
that and kind of thing to like, you know, besmirch his great name. Although weird to be like, this guy, fucking, he was a hedonist.
Yeah.
He had so many pleasure. What a piece of shit. Everyone being like, that sounds great.
Sounds awesome.
What are you
he
talking
did,
about? He made a horse a general once again.
That rocks, dude.
That sounds like
I trust a horse.
Potentially a look. Hate to bring it to recent events, but this sounds awfully a lot like a couple of elections.
Yeah. Rome was crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Wouldn't go back there if you paid me.
Maybe the American government's pretty fucking crazy. Too.
Whoa!
I'll say it.
I've always
I'll
said
say it.
Plumbing the Death Star is a deeply political
Yes.
podcast. I've always said that, dude.
Anyway, the tree I picked for the worst Christmas tree would be the tree from The Happening, because those trees make you kill yourself. And that would really fuck
That
your
would
Christmas
wreck
up.
Christmas,
That would
dude.
wreck
I go to
Christmas, I
put
guess.
I'm putting the star on the top, and I'm like, actually,
I'm gonna just stab the star through my head.
Man, our trees, JD, they work together.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but mine's not a symbol of hope.
How-
Mine's actually a symbol of hatred, because spoilers for The Happening.
Yeah.
The reason the trees make you kill yourselves is
Yeah.
because they're angry about like the
Global
mistreatment
warming.
of the environment.
Why
by
do the trees
humans.
stop?
They don't know. In the movie, it's just like it stopped,
Yeah.
and we don't know why it stopped, and it could just happen again.
Oh, okay.
Duh, happening.
What's the range of the tree? Like,
just
is it
like
the kind
if
of thing
you-
where I'm gonna drive and go get a new Christmas tree, and then
Whoa.
on the way, it's like I see, John's Christmas trees, and I'm like,
drive into the.
it's basically like that. Yeah, you go outside, you're at risk.
nobody's getting a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it would be a bad one.
If you
But
got
also
the Christmas tree
trees-
under one arm and a gun to your gotta get it inside.
That's also the problem though, because the trees just kind of do it at random.
Okay.
So you could just be
so
like,
it could be a sign. Yeah, everyone got these new Christmas trees, and they happening trees. It's all happening.
it would be like the equivalent of if your
Yeah.
house, if your Christmas tree could give you carbon monoxide poisoning. Just suddenly you're just dead.
That's
Suddenly at any
scary.
time.
yeah,
Yeah, I guess.
If it activated in your sleep,
you'd kill yourself. Yes.
in your sleep, would you wake up and be like, oh,
you wouldn't wake up dead. I think you'd wake up because it puts you kind of in like a trance.
oh, okay, yeah.
so
yeah.
you'd go to sleep and then that would be the end.
So I guess it's
Like
more...
one guy fucking runs himself over with his own tractor.
Whoa.
Mark Wahlberg hates seeing it.
I was gonna say, is it more traumatic for the people watching?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
guess if it got everyone.
Well, no, because in The Happening, I mean, they don't know why it's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it like anyone in the vicinity of said trees, or is it a bit random?
Is it, like,
are there
specific
someone's,
people? Yeah.
is it like say 10% are immune?
Are people, if you got a stronger will, are you less likely?
Like, it's a good way to weed out the weak.
Yeah,
I
bring one
can't
of those trees
remember
in, see
if
who's
it's
strong.
truly random or not.
Yeah,
like
okay.
as in,
Well, why does Marky Mark never?
Yeah, if
They-
Marky Mark and that person who got run over by a tractor
Yeah.
is in a room and the tree is also in the room and there's a gun on the table,
Yeah.
do they both reach for the gun or does Tractor Boy reach for the gun?
I
Yeah.
honestly
And Marky Mark's like, that was great.
can't remember. Let's check our little machine. But look, looking
if it's
for
a-
answers in the
yeah.
happening
Yeah.
could also
Yeah,
be.
but there might be none.
Yeah.
Very possibly.
Because if it's like, there's a certain percentage
Yeah.
that are immune, then maybe it's a good Christmas tree.
Okay.
In that, it kind of wipes out the scum that is I'm taking Agent Smith role here.
Oh, okay,
Wipes
I
out
see.
the parasites.
That is humankind.
Scum that is
Well,
humankind
that- I mean,
down
in
to
that-
a manageable percentage
Yeah.
for the trees.
Yeah, well, I suppose
Good
that's
for
the
the
thing.
trees.
It's a matter of perspective, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
from the trees. A tree that kills you is an
Yeah.
awesome tree.
Exactly. From the tree's point of view.
From the tree's point of view, that's perfect, dude. That's
From
exactly
a certain point of view.
i.e. a tree.
A tree.
Then maybe
It's
the
pretty
happening
good.
tree is a good Christmas tree.
Yeah.
But-
maybe the happening tree is very good from, say, I don't know, an orangutan.
Yeah, that's true. The orangutans.
Being like, sweet, now my forest doesn't get deforested.
Yeah.
And
Nobody's
I get some
using
new
palm
trees.
oil anymore. Does it affect apes? I mean, well, we're an ape. Does it affect lesser apes?
No, and it seems like the trees can pick.
Oh,
So they must
So at first they just start targeting large groups of people.
Yeah.
because
okay,
it's
intermittent.
yeah.
And then it's just like this guy.
So if you
Yeah.
treated your Christmas tree with respect, would it leave you alone?
Well, you've cut it down,
what if I?
What if I grow it?
Yeah,
grew it in your backyard.
January
In
1st,
my
I start
house.
growing a Christmas tree.
I get a sapling.
You'd probably be
I pot
okay,
it.
but there's
I
also
love
a
it.
chance
I
that
blow
your
little sweet
neighbors
kisses.
Yeah. Every night
neighbors-
when I water it, I say, "Don't kill me."
don't make me kill me.
Don't make me kill me. I love you, tree. I
love
give it
this-
a
Yeah.
Well, the
kiss-
problem
give
is
it
it's
a
an
little-
airborne toxin.
It's little
so
leaves. I'm like, I
if
love
your
you.
neighbor
I
has a
love
tree
you.
and and the
They've
tree,
been a cunt to their tree.
yeah, then their tree might make you kill yourself
What
in
if I
front of
ask
their
my
neighbor.
hey,
What if it-
tree, tell the other trees to leave me alone?
I'm one of the good ones.
I'm one of the good
What
ones,
if,
tree.
yeah,
Please.
what if make it like a nice little news?
I'll
feed for
do
said
your
tree?
bidding. What do
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want?
Yeah, kill my neighbor. I hate him.
What does a tree want?
Grow big,
Yeah, but what does it want of me?
Our breath.
breath.
Okay.
Not to be cut down, I imagine.
Yeah.
If it's in your house, you've kind
I'm
of
just
fucked
thinking
that
in the future where the
'cause
trees.
it's
one. Some water, like some water, like some sunshine.
Yeah, okay.
Blood and bone.
In
Blood
the,
and bone, maybe a bit of manure. Yum yum yum.
in the future where the trees rule the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like what role? Like, am I just?
The trees aren't trying to take over the world; they're punishing the world.
Yeah, but
Well,
once the
punishing
punishment's
humanity.
done,
Yeah.
I guess the trees just keep growing.
chill.
They don't need us.
And then we just give them sweet little kisses.
they don't want me to breathe on it. Just sit in the forest and.
No, I think that is one of those things that they do, but it helps us, where they don't really
Okay,
care.
I was wondering if it was kind
They
of
want,
like
like,
a maximum overdrive situation where the trucks make you fuel them up.
I don't think that's why the trucks go evil in.
No,
Maximum
but once
Overdrive.
they are evil, they're like, you got to fuel me up.
That makes sense.
You know.
Maybe it's a
Those
kind
trucks
of,
really want Emilio Estevez fucking dead.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it maybe is like a. You just got to care for them. They
Yeah.
want sun.
I
They
could do
want
that.
a bit of water.
I could live in a tree dominated world. I think that would
I could
be
breathe
fine.
on them. I could piss on them.
Yeah. I could fight away birds and bugs if they don't
Yeah.
want them.
Or if they
Yeah.
want them, I could entice
Attract birds and bugs. Yeah. Yeah.
I could look after
I
this
think
tree.
I could live in that world.
I could decorate it, make it look pretty.
I think I would survive better in that world than a Planet of the Apes situation. I think in
You
a
would
Planet of the
survive better in a situation where a tree can make you randomly kill yourself for no rhyme or reason,
Yeah.
where you don't have any decision.
So we can't like be on the side of the tree.
No.
We can't be like
no,
tree, we're
It,
good.
it does
I'm
not
helping the
work
tree.
like that. It
I'm a
doesn't-
tree ally.
trees don't give a shit.
I thought they could pick.
Yeah, they do pick.
Yeah, but what
Who
if
do they
I'm
pick?
nice?
But they don't seem to pick like it's just
Random?
people in general.
So they
It's like-
couldn't spare me.
They're not being like, oh, like Mark Wahlberg doesn't survive because he's got a great personality.
Well, I was just in my mind, I was imagining that I'm such an ally to the trees that they spare me my life. But if that's not the case, I'll pick the Planet of the Apes
Yes.
situation.
When did the Planet of the Apes?
I guess. Gun to my head.
Gun to my head.
Gun to my head.
A
Gun to my
tree
balls.
is
my hand, hands tied.
I'll go Planet of the Ape mode.
All right, I'll go live in Planet of the Apes.
Okay, well, I'm glad that's decided. If a tree is going to make you kill yourself, simply just pick Planet of the Apes.
I pick Planet of the Apes. I'll live in Planet of the
Yeah.
Apes.
So I guess that happening because it's random and you can't
There's nothing you
please the
can really
tree.
do to influence it.
Yeah.
And
I
also,
guess it's like
okay, even
living
date-
with a potential of a brain aneurysm, but like a higher chance of.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, like, imagine if it happens today.
Yeah.
Like, would you be confident, even if the tree could pick?
Yeah.
Would you be confident
But
you have been good enough
How
to trees
good-
that you?
So but the thing is, I'm a tranced, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's maybe good for me.
Oh,
I think it's
okay.
worse for the survivors.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, that's
Because you're living in fear.
and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
also
Fear.
that's also the
Yeah.
the
You've
trees
really
thing.
struck me as to whether or not I've been good to trees in my life.
Yeah, I don't know.
I do. Okay.
What's the base level
Maybe
of
this
neutral?
is bad. Okay, this might get me killed. Okay, okay. So
Uh-huh.
you know, I think it's an agapanthus. You know that plant?
No,
Okay, so it's like a plant. It's got a
I
long.
don't. I don't really know shit about plants.
It's got a
Okay.
long stem, and
I'm
on the
dying.
end there's like a bulb. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know the point.
The
you're talking
bulb
about.
is awesome to flick. And there's one near my house, and every time I walk past it, I give it a flick.
Okay.
Because it feels really satisfying.
Have you ever flicked it to the point where you've damaged the bulb?
Not that I can tell,
Okay.
but it's jostled in there.
Yeah. it is
And I always
terrible.
think that the flowers that come from that are
Yeah.
going to be more fucked up than the flowers that weren't flicked in infancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that might get me killed.
I have definitely killed a lot of plants simply by neglect.
Oh, okay. That's still bad.
So, yeah.
What do you think you've been kinder to? Plants or birds?
I honestly thought you were going to say apes again for some reason.
Well, I was imagining, I was like, what's another sort of scenario where.
Kinder to birds.
I.
So, the bird situation.
Oh yeah, the birds. If
Well.
the birds are picking,
Yeah.
but the birds aren't picking. They just
No, but
hate everyone.
in a world where the birds
Okay,
pick.
So they're going. So in a world where it's like you have to have done good or bad to the thing.
Yeah.
So if in Planet of the Apes, for example, if we were good to apes, they would love us.
I've been largely
bad
neutral
to
to apes, to be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah, yeah.
I've been good PR for apes. I
reckon.
reckon apes love me.
So I guess look, when I was younger, I
Yeah.
had like budgies.
Okay,
like,
sure.
And and kept them in like an aviary. Is that good? Kept a bird caged. Personally, now I'm like, I don't think you should have own
Yeah.
a bird.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
They need to be flying.
Birds need to
But
fly,
we have
yeah.
fucked up budgies to the point where I don't know how good they are in the wild unless they're like flocking and whatnot.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We owned
I
that.
we were in the car together.
Yeah.
And a bird
That's true.
just swooped down and
You hit that bird.
mid-conversation, I hit the bird.
That's on the bird.
That stopped us in our tracks, really,
Well, it was
mid-conversation.
very unexpected.
It
Yeah, sometimes you get a bird, swoops the windshield. This one went too low.
straight into the grill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, if you could have a conversation with the bird.
And that's like owning a car, you know.
Well, you're putting your, pollution into the air as well.
I think. I mean,
I didn't make the car. Well, I drive the car.
I'm pretty confident that if I had to choose between if a bird or a tree decide whether or not I should kill myself,
yeah.
I'm picking the bird. I reckon the bird's like, you can live.
I don't think I've
Hey,
A tree.
how many chickens you ate?
that's true.
The birds see chickens as other birds.
And
Birds
to be honest,
eat birds.
chickens eat chicken.
Yeah, that's true.
As made famous in the 2010 film The Social Network.
I don't think chickens get a...
Eduardo's like, I fucking
Yeah.
didn't know. Ugh.
That's bad. Also,
Now
in
my
the- in-
stocks are worth nothing.
Yeah, and also in the movie with Fran Drescher where she's like, you can't feed the chicken. I don't know what it was. It's not the nanny, but it is a movie where she's in it.
Fran Drescher,
Yeah.
head of SAG and AFTRA.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think chickens will get a say when the birds rise up. So
If
I think
anything,
that's okay.
hopefully we'll get to eat more chicken.
Yeah. I have owned one cockatoo in my life.
Were you bad to it?
Well, he got loose. But then I'm sure I've told you about this. This is a cockatoo that just lived in the Northern Territory with
Yeah,
us.
he got loose
Quentin.
and he just hassled you.
He just hung out in the town.
Yeah.
So I don't know, that's on him.
my family. So
Yeah.
like, well, my mum and my brother got attacked by a cockatoo. Like a.
What's his
I
name?
guess-
Quentin?
I want to say it was a trained cockatoo because like it could speak.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But I guess it was also a cunt.
Yeah. It was a hateful trained
it
cockatoo.
was. It landed in our backyard
Yeah.
growing up, and we're like, oh, hello. And it's like, hello. And we're like, okay. And it was like, Polly want a cracker kind of thing. We're like, oh, okay. And so then, we had like whatever it was. We put it out and like, hey, here's a biscuit for it. It landed on my, I think it like on my mum's arm, and then just sunk its beak into her arm. Mum's like, fuck, flicks it off. Bird goes flying. Then it kind of like turns around and makes a beeline for my brother.
What the fuck?
To attack him. My brother starts freaking out, grabs a lighter, flicks it in front of him. The bird sees the flame and fucks off.
What the hell?
So-
We're like, where did this bird come from?
That bird wanted you dead, and the birds hasn't even happened
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, so I guess
Pick
bird-
trees.
I'm
Yeah.
choosing trees. Birds clearly hate the hammers.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
Yeah.
Well, on that note,
Yeah.
I've been Joe.
Abby Jackson.
I've also
And
been
this
Joel.
holiday season, reflect on whether or not a tree wants you to kill yourself or a bird wants you to kill
And then you
yourself.
just pick Planet of the Apes.
Just pick Planet
Probably
of the
like
Apes.
Big Planet of the Apes.
I
It's
think,
probably
yeah.
the best one.
Yeah.
It's like you probably interact with apes like less in life, so you've probably been kinder to them.
Yeah.
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 And apes love jacking off, and you can get on that level.
Yeah.
The birds?
No.
The trees?
Friend of mine sent me an article I haven't read yet that was like scientists trying to figure out when we first started cranking our hog. Like as a
Please
species.
report your findings
Yeah.
back to us and
Let
the
me
audience.
I will.
Yeah, that's
I will,
good.
I promise.
Yeah, well, thank you for subscribing for another month, and if you keep giving us money, this won't stop.
Yeah, maybe we can answer that question.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll find out next month. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, see you next month. Have a happy new year and
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Goodbye.
And happy holidays.
Yeah. Tis. That's
Tis.
season.
Tis the season.
Tis this fucking season. Right?
Yeah.